Hey folks, Brad here from Orders from Headquarters. How we doing today? Man, what a beautiful fall, crisp morning. It just brings a good little chill to me. I just got done walking the dog and I was like, oh man, I got to get out to my shop before everybody wakes up to get something in. And I got to thinking, man, it's apple season. We ought to go apple picking. I thought, what the heck? Let's go make some apples in the shop. I'll meet you at my table saw. So I think I found the perfect board for the apples. I found a 2x4 that's about 1.5 feet long, roughly, and I think I'm gonna cut it into 3-inch squares, and I'm gonna cut all the apples out on my bandsaw. So stand by. Not bad. I only ended up with 1 inch of scrap out of a 2-foot board. That'll work pretty good. I'm gonna end up drawing these apples, and then I'm gonna meet you at my bandsaw. So stand by. Sorry I didn't get the film for the cut, but it's no big deal. You've all seen 2x4s cut on a miter saw. So anyway, these are going back to the bandsaw, and I'll meet you there. So I'm going to take one of these that I've already done. I'm going to trace it. I like the bottom on this one. I like the top on this one. So I combined it, come up with that one. So I'm going to make this one my pattern, and I'm going to cut the rest of these three. We're going to go cut this one out. We're going to go cut it out on my bandsaw. I'm going to meet you over at my bandsaw. So we are set up. I'm getting ready to cut. Hold your ears. Now that we got that all cut, or the basic shape out, we're going to go sand it, and then we're going to route it. So I'll meet you at my sanding routing plate. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sand the edges. And the only reason I do that is to give it a better route, because when you use the bandsaw, you end up sometimes with a little, like the jaggedy little edges where you twist and turn. This just helps it make the route just a little bit smoother. You don't even have to route. You can just sand it around the edges. I like to route it to give it more of a realistic feel. So the next thing I'm going to do is drill a hole in the top for 1/8 of an inch bit, so that way I can sand it all one more time and be done with it. So there we go. We got that part done. Well, you know me, I like sticks, so I ended up putting in another, well, crud, it won't show. There we go. But I ended up putting in a little stick. So I went out to my yard and I found some, and I'm like, yeah, this will work. Let's break me off a chunk. You can throw a little glue in, you don't have to. You put them in there. It'll look like that. Look like an apple. That one looks like a bad apple, kind of like what I would get. I'd get one with a hole in it from a worm, but that'll be the side. I'll fill it in. I'll just do it later. I don't want to fill them in now, but I got to route the rest of these and sand them, so let's get to it. Now, I actually think this is a fun project. I'm really enjoying this. It'll be a chance to let my grandkids, we're going to go apple picking, so I'm going to go take my grandkids, we're going to go pick some apples. I'm going to give them all one of these along with their baskets. Figured that way they could paint it, put the date on it, make a memorable day. Go out and make some stuff, man. There you go, folks. A harvest fit for a king. The grandkids are going to love these, and I really enjoyed this video. There's I made 6 out of one 2x4. I had an extra one that was kicking around, so I threw it in there with the bunch. But I wanted to, it's on the bottom, so it brings up all the rest of the apples so you can see them. I really like this project. It was fun. And like I said, get out there and have some fun with this. Make them for your grandkids. This is Brad signing off.